Everybody, we are here with another game of the top 8. This is the first round, and we have Sean versus Jacob, two excellent players and excellent entities at the Covenant store. Jacob has Greyjoy on his side of the board, and Sean is playing House of Dreams with the Dreadfort, so we can only assume that he's running a House Bolton deck. And of course, I am here with...
Robert.
You see Jacob, all smiles. That's a guy who knows how to have a good time with Thrones and how to abbreviate words that need not be abbreviated.
Meantime, Sean is an old curmudgeon who hates life and people. Just kidding. He's a very nice guy.
All right, so it looks like Jacob took the mulligan there. And the Greyjoys, we're not sure what Jacob's pulling here. We don't see an agenda. I believe he wasn't playing one this time. He has kind of a catch-all Greyjoy deck that does a little bit of choking, but that's not really its thing. It does kind of a little bit of everything, just all the best Greyjoys. Maybe running the Damphair draw character agenda. That's kind of what you have to assume. Whether or not that's true, we shall see. He's been known to do some crazy stuff.
That's right. So let's assess what's on the board now. They're doing setup, but Sean already has the Dreadfort out with House of Dreams, so that means he's going to get 3 gold on setup and 6 cards to do it with. And the Dreadfort, of course, is going to let him draw a card when he plays or takes control of a Bolton character with Strength 3 or higher. So that's good to know.
Start card draw.
Yes.
It's actually a thing.
It happens.
And Sean somehow sets up, looks like 4 cards, Shadows, Fiefdoms, a Refugee, and a Street. And there we see Damphair coming out. So the agenda is here on Jacob's side of the board. Also a Naval Escort and a Captured Cog. Some of the just the best cards that you can see on setup is Greyjoy. It's going to mean that his first turn challenges are more or less how he wants them to go, assuming he can get some characters out. Now, we can only assume that card in Shadows is Mirror Read, right?
Generally, yes. There's not much else that a start player wants to play in Shadows that often. But a cool thing to note here is that depending on how these plots go, which they are going to consider here in a moment, if not now, is that if Damphair leaves play, that Naval Escort does as well, because it can't be in play unless there's also a Greyjoy character in play.
That's correct. So maybe a little, I don't know, do you march to the wall here? I'm sure that Sean doesn't have it. Probably not a strong Bolton card, but...
what if he just Valor?
Well, you never know. Loyalty money can buy. Looks like if we can...
Can't make out the far one.
I want to say Muster the Realm.
Yeah, probably.
You guys can probably see the art about as well as we can. And we'll go to the draw phase. I believe that's Muster. It looks like Muster.
Hard to tell. I haven't looked
We'll
at
see.
that
If
one
Jacob
in a while.
plays an army, we'll know. And 5 gold. The proof of Muster goes further into play here. So Muster Realm being that you cannot initiate military unless you have an army, which shouldn't be terribly hard for the Boltons.
So a gatehouse, a sea, a little bit of camera shaking and focusing.
Gatehouse, Sunset Sea. He's caused an earthquake, it appears. And what's Jacob gonna do here? He's got a nice little intrigue power Damphair there with stealth, assuming that he doesn't want Dampy to die. And looks like he plays out yet another card that I cannot make out right now. Can discard a Sunset Sea.
The fog settles in.
Yeah, the fog settles. It's like a fog of war going on here.
It looks like that's the Euron's Enforcers.
Absolutely.
I've seen enough to know, even in a fog.
Which is an army.
And a Raider, and what else? Is that it? Army Raider?
Army and a Raider, yeah. And +1 strength for every other Raider. All right, here we go. Here we go. And and the earthquakes in Oklahoma actually are happening more and more often. Yeah,
all that fracking.
Bizarre. And then the fog comes up. Very bizarre. Sometimes at these tournaments, we like to do a little bit of play around with the players a little bit. Sometimes we'll fill the room with smoke, see how they react under pressure. We have some Game of Thrones under pressure.
Some loud random noises and bright lights. Usually directly in their eyes.
But we always get Jacob his coffee.
Whoa,
so.
Phantom Finger.
Hey, there we go. All right, we got a Longship Grief.
The fog lifts.
Longship Grief is what Jacob played. So that Euron's Enforcer is not going to kneel to attack on the first challenge each round. One of my absolute favorites, but it's frozen solid.
Oh, snap.
Thank you, Starks.
Gotcha.
How can you... I guess it just ran into like a frozen lake or something.
Yeah, that would make sense.
That makes some sense.
But I mean, how's a ship going to get in a lake?
right. Sean kneels a street. And we have, looks like a, ooh, I know that card. Is that the Bolton boys? Dreadfort Outrider?
Yes, it's that, I think.
It's the Outrider.
I think, maybe.
Man, we're going to have to brush up on our Boltons now.
Yes.
Because before House of Dreams, you never had to know what a Bolton deck did.
What's a Bolton? Never heard of it. And so Sean is looking pretty with 3 gold left to play. He usually, so it's the Loyalist.
Bolton Loyalist. After a player wins an intrigue challenge against you, that player takes control of Bolton Loyalist. Kind of risky with the stealthy Damphair out there.
It is a little risky, but depending on what else he can get out, it might not matter. Or if he puts a...
that's got to be Ramsey's Hunting Dogs, because Sean loves that attachment.
Yeah, he loves that attachment.
Can't be stealth, so there we go.
There's a big name right there, too. So, but he can still win it. No, wait, he has the other refugees, but he could stealth that. So who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. Now the Hunting Dogs, I believe, is that +2 strength and cannot be bypassed. I think there's a strength on there.
Is it +1? I think.
To the library. Sean just plays all the cards that you never see, so it's hard to stay cool.
Let's see. +2. Wow.
Nice. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Cannot be bypassed by stealth. That's I know Sean. I've talked to this about this card to Sean many times, and it's one of his favorites. A lot of people really weren't feeling it whenever it dropped originally from that chapter pack, but maybe they were doing it wrong.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was a big fundamental weakness of Stark, is they had these big, powerful characters, but they really had a strong absence in stealth. So it was easy to just say, "Hey, see you later, Warhost of the North. I've got a 2-strength weenie with stealth."
So Stark kneels on the intrigue challenge, and interesting that Jacob opposes with Damphair.
Yeah.
I would think that he would want to take that challenge and then swing back to take control of that Loyalist.
True. But
That's
who knows?
That's what I would think, though.
That's what I would think. But, you know, he's probably got some other big Machiavellian plan going on. We'll see it here in a few turns. So, looks like we're all done there.
I bet he was thinking that loyalty didn't matter, right?
Plotting
That's
up.
probably what he was thinking.
Now, why was there no swing?
What exactly happened in that?
I'm not sure. Was it just like, there's no claim, so I'll win dominance? I guess that was it.
Maybe that's the thing, yeah.
So, new plots, we have...
Fear of Winter, I think?
The Fury Stark plot, and yes, Fear of Winter for sure.
I know that card from a mile away. So, Fear of Winter, this is a decent... This is a decent play of Fear of Winter, especially if Jacob could drop something really significant here. He's going to have, 2 gold, +1 for the Gatehouse, and he's got the support of Cog and Naval Escort, which, you know, he may have been able to... No, not quite.
But he's kind of in a pickle here at the same time, because Sean has initiative by a mile, and then his plot is going to allow him to target kill any character he wants.
That's true.
Any character.
So the 2 characters played out here are going to be significant. I have to imagine that Jacob has something good in hand to drop the fear. So we've seen some Raiders, we've seen some Damphair.
It's curious, though, to see the fear played at this particular state, because generally it's been discussed as being a plot that you play to either stabilize or accelerate your board position, which to me it seemed very much in doubt on either way you went. It looked fairly kind of balanced as far as I can tell. I don't know if Jacob thought he was ahead or not, or whether he needed to just stabilize more or what. But I'm kind of surprised to see that
definitely
right now.
Taking a gamble, especially with Sean. There's the Boltons boys.
Man, there's the boys.
Especially with Sean having a card in Shadows that he can still bring out in Fear of Winter.
Correct.
So that's
it's a big deal.
But he did stick him on a 5 gold plot that he's not going to get to use to its fullest. So that's where something. The Bolton boys come out. That's probably the worst case scenario for Jacob.
But I mean, that's a big expense right there. So he's at least still getting his gold's worth out of that one character, because it costs 7 because he doesn't have any uniques out with some reducers. He still has enough money to bring his Shadows card out.
Absolutely.
So what does Jacob do here? He's probably like, whoa, that's a big army. It's bigger than my army. And it's going to raise claim.
But wait. That's not what I wanted.
Yeah, that Bolton army is just the bee's knees. That army and then House of Dreams took Boltons to stellar
new
new
world.
heights. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Can we take a second also while Jacob's getting to note that he has a Greyjoy coffee mug as well?
Yes.
Which is pretty much a grand statement on how cool.
You play Greyjoy, though. I need to know, should the Kraken head be up or down? Because I've seen it both ways, and I don't know what's the official presentation.
Well,
because I mean, is it coming up from the deep, or is it like atop you and like strangling you and smothering you?
I think it's coming up from the deep,
Okay.
and I think the Greyjoys ultimately are a come from below kind of house rather than a rule from above.
Okay.
They just show up and they slap you around for a while.
Because I'm pretty sure there's some art in the game where it's like on a sail.
I think it is up.
And it's up.
Yeah, it is up. That's true. In fact, I think always on the banners it's up.
Yeah. But I've seen two mugs now that it's down. So maybe it's down on mugs, up on sails.
You may as well run for president. That kind of jargon.
I'm down on mugs, up on sails.
Oh, Jacob, what are you going to do here? Just 1 gold for an Iron Cliffs.
Whoa,
and he has to
planning
take
for the
evasive
worst.
maneuvers.
He knew he was pinned.
Knowing you can't do anything about this.
He knew he was pinned.
Now, do you save Damphair or not?
Well,
that's the problem with Damphair. He's so good.
The point is he's supposed to die, though, isn't he?
But he's so good. If he cost 1 and he didn't do anything...
But he has saves on the board now. So, I mean, what's going on? I would expect that you would... I mean, like, he won't benefit you immediately because they're both going to be moribund, and he won't affect the save for the enforcers. So it's weird. It's weird.
Mira comes out. She's going to blank Damphair so that he doesn't have to make that decision.
That's right.
Oh, blanks the Iron Cliffs.
Oh,
what?
Snap. Even worse. Good thing we had that little pointing cue from Sean. Thanks so much, Sean. You're a big help. We would have wondered, hey, what's up?
Mira's back.
In Pog form.
In every Stark deck form.
That's right.
Now, where did Mira come from? It seems like the card was in the meta for a while before people really understood that she was incredible. Was there an outcry? I don't remember whenever Mira first hit the scene.
Whoa, military challenge with Mira.
Wow, that's an insult. Yeah.
But stealthing the enforcers, it dies, then targeted kill from the plot. That is incredible. What?
No good.
What?
But we got an intrigue challenge coming.
Okay, now can you pull up the? Let me look. I'm gonna look at that army because I can never remember how its claim raising effect actually works. So, response after the Bastard's Boys is knelt as an attacker and the defending player controls no house, Bolton characters raise the claim value and reveal plot card by 1. So, I'm curious why he led with that intrigue rather than with the power and then getting 2 cards.
Certainly should have.
Curious. That doesn't seem like Sean to do something like that. I'm just kind of surprised.
I think this is a pretty fresh phase for the Bolton deck. Maybe just missed it.
Okay.
Yeah. Just missed it.
He just missed it. Okay, so Mira's back in shadows because the refugees had to say, see you later.
Now, imagine how different this would be if that Bolton loyalists were on Jacob's side of the board.
It'd be crazy. It'd be absolutely crazy.
That entire last turn would have been a lot different.
Yes, it would have. It would have.
Where do we go now? Do we Valor?
I don't know.
Do you get the boys off the table?
Okay.
Rule by decree
Rule by
against
decree.
a Stark. Now that's something.
And then Minstrel's Muse. Whoa. Whoa, these are some plots.
These are some plots.
These are some plots. So, Minstrel's Muse is fantastic. It's a 4/8/1, and then if you win Dominance, you claim an extra 2/3 power?
3 power.
3 power.
So if you win Dominance, you get 4 power,
yeah,
basically.
It's crazy. And then, of course, we all know Ruled by Decree. A person with most cards in hand discards down to 4.
And for once, the Starks get hit by this plot.
It's crazy. It never
I mean,
happens.
against Greyjoy, I guess it makes sense.
1.
These are the 2 least drawy houses ever.
How many cards did he have, though? That's the real question. He just threw 1 down, but was he only at 5? No, he's got more.
Yeah, he's got more. I think he's got like 7 or 8.
So
that fear of winner. Make an example. Goes to the discard pile. Good to know, Jacob. Take note.
Don't let him win. Look at his discards. It's a sign of what's to come. 3.
3.
That's Roos. Roosy. Look like.
Which means he probably has another Roos in his hand, which is not what you want.
4. I couldn't catch that one. Too much glare. Too much glare.
Thanks a lot, Sean.
Yeah, Sean, think about the glare next time. Jeez.
Play to the camera. Come on.
He was doing so good with the pointing.
This is not a great position, but good to know. You know, Jacob can play out stuff. He's got 2 saves on the board unless they get blanked again, which they will. So everything that I was going to say about Jacob being in a fairly decent spot is moot. So sorry about that, Jacob.
Womp, womp. These things happen, you know? These things happen.
These things happen.
So it's time to collect some money, because we're moving on to marshalling, which is the most exciting phase in the game, I think. I mean, challenges is fun and all, but if you like spending money, which I do, mainly because I don't have any.
Yeah, it's way better when it's rare.
That's right.
Supply and demand.
So, a reducer plus some money equals, yeah, he certainly does have a Roos in his hand.
Man, Roos, talk about a monster, right?
He is a monster, but I don't think he's as terrifying as Damon.
Yeah, Damon.
Damon is retardo.
Starks.
Just crazy good. I don't understand. And evidently he's just nothing in the books. But his card is awesome.
I think it's because he had the same name as one of the lead designers.
Probably. So there's Roos, drawing a card. Dupe and Roos, drawing a card.
Wow, I had 3 Rooses in hand.
Well, I think he just drew the dupe.
Oh, nice. Way to stack your deck there.
Need more cutting. And a dogs on Roos.
Definitely a dogs. If there's one man who loves the hunting dogs,
it's Roos.
So where are the macers when you need them?
Not here. But the real question is, what is old Dampy going to do for Jacob? Because unless some beast of a character comes out, you're just going to blank that that cliffs again, or is it the mines?
And the river blockade there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the cliffs.
So, yeah, you're not going to blank a refugee. Nobody cares. What else can you blank?
Yeah, we got money. Full gold.
We got some money. Where is it? Wait for it. 1.
Longship Iron Victory.
Iron Victory. So that was 2 gold.
Yeah, it comes out, I assume, for 2. Yeah, and then the last 2. Man, that refugee can get big.
Yeah.
He can also get stealthed. Mira's got stealth, right?
Yes.
What does she not have?
Deadly. Renown. Melee. Joust. No attachments.
And she's still great.
She doesn't have one of those, as Jacob would call it, power Ikes.
Taking my Ikes,
Taking my Ikes, man.
Don't look at that card.
Let me look at Damphair here. Okay, so, yeah.
That's a non-issue, yeah.
Okay, well, that's all.
Windy. Play Windy. Jacob.
Wait for it.
It's got to be
Wait
Windy.
for it. Oh, he's thinking about it.
Play
Man,
Windy.
look at the contemplation on Jacob. That's great.
Oh, bloodthirsty crew.
Bloodthirsty. He is not comfortable with that play, though. You can see it. Not comfy at all.
Not comfy at all, but what a character that bloodthirsty crew is.
It is absolutely fantastic.
He's got Intimidate, and you can go to plus
and deadly,
4
right?
if he needs to. Intimidate and Deadly. You can go to plus 4 Strength. Starts at 2, so he can be a 6 Strength, Intimidate, Deadly challenger that potentially is going to win some challenges here.
That's crazy. So Mira's coming out. I'm going to assume that you blank the cliffs again.
We're going to assume.
Will we get the
There's
point?
the point. Yep. Yeah, got the point.
Got the point. Thanks, Sean. You're consistent as ever. So.
Oh, quick fact.
What?
Naval Escort should be gone.
Oh, right.
The classic Greyjoy mistake.
Funny how we mentioned it and still forgot it
If you're playing against Greyjoy, and as a Greyjoy player, I assure you that it's not on purpose, or at least it hasn't been for me. Jacob could be a conniving man here, but I don't think that either. It's just hard to miss that text, and it's hard to remember that. So be sure if you're playing against Greyjoy, look out for those naval escorts. Make sure they get discarded if there are no Greyjoy characters present at any time.
At any time. Now, is this the kind of thing that you should retroactively say, hey, that's gone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so Sean's thinking. He's got a stealth coming in with Mira, and what else? So it's definitely military challenge, stealthing.
Bloodthirsty crew. He gave a faux point and then a real point. We're going with his second point.
So, there are no saves to be had unless it's in his hand, and unless that refugee has been working out a lot, there is no hope for him.
Yeah, no way.
So, oppose, claim, because of
Boltons boys, raise a claim.
Boys. It's fantastico. So then, make an example. I want the power. Which is crazy. This is such a good deck. Sean has really done an amazing job making this deck.
It's rolling right now.
So, he's going to get 3 power for that make an example. It was opposed, so here comes, I'm assuming, an intrigue challenge.
Roos!
For 2 claim, 1 unopposed power. And now, there's nothing left to be done because he has no standing power icon. So, dominance for Sean.
Boltons just came out so strong on this. This is the strongest I've seen, I think. Just, you can't do anything here but Valor, and even then, it's really not going to help.
Mirror Read, man. Mirror Read.
How about Mirror Read? And notice that Sean did not put Mirror Read back into Shadows.
Correct.
Is that a leaves play trigger?
No, yeah, whenever a character leaves play, she goes back into Shadows. Not
Cool.
one you control, I believe.
So she's ripe for the Valor, at least.
Valor Morgulus. Oh no, the boys. They're dead. Not? What? Were they duped?
No.
Oh, okay. They just hadn't.
Just Roos with his hunting dogs.
Just hasn't exited yet. So, this is an interesting board.
Looks like Jacob's top decking, which is not what you want. Whereas Sean has plenty of cards. And if we've learned anything about this game, of course, card draw is king.
The thing that's really terrible, though, is that he didn't even have any characters in play to save with old Dampy.
Yeah.
So, really, really sucks for him. Meantime, Sean is assessing the field.
And sometimes if you just watch the light dance around in Jacob's mug, everything just seems okay.
Is that what you've been doing?
Yeah.
That is a pretty nice little light dance there. What is going on?
See, now you're locked in.
Yeah.
As a good Greyjoy, we know when we must board the the ships and go home. And when we have no characters on the board and our opponent is at 12 power, it's time to stare at the light in the mug.
Just stare at the dancing light, lad. Just stare at it. All right, so time to kneel some locations for more economy. Spend some gold to supplement. And out comes... Wait for it. Still looking. Still looking. A frozen
Sean,
solid.
come on.
And what did he put it on?
I think it was on a gatehouse. No.
Interesting.
It
I don't know. So that is Dreadfort Outriders?
looks like the Outriders, yeah.
All right. Oh, man, frozen solids aplenty.
And the naval escort that should be discarded is now blanked. So now it won't be discarded. How about that?
Illegal game state, and it was conceded.
Jacob Scoops. So there you have it, very quick. That was like Thrones, where there's no tricky business going on. It's just a slugfest.
That's right.
And unfortunately, I think that first turn exchange for Jacob really put him behind and never really got to catch up. The Boltons had the card draw. They had the advantage at first once that first turn passed, and that was it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, we'll keep these top 8 agate videos coming on all the way down to the finals, and you will get to see who indeed claims the championship.
That's right.
If you'd like to support anything that we're doing here, we would love that. Go over to the store, teamcovenant.com/store. We've got Game of Thrones subscriptions. We've got chapter packs. We've got deluxes. We've got cores. If you want to get started, send us an email. Let us know, and we'll do whatever we can to hook you up.
That's right. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you at the next top 8 video.